Welcome to the GameRamble video review for SteamWorld Heist, narrated by me, Dark Cloud. As always, the full text version of this review can be found on the GameRamble website linked below. The TLDR is that SteamWorld Heist is set in the same universe as its predecessor SteamWorld Dig, but opted for a completely different genre and playstyle. Despite the switch, the game retains the charming visual style and addictiveness that is becoming a hallmark of image-informed titles. If you're a fan of turn-based strategy games, you owe it to yourself to add this one to your collection. Gameplay receives a 10 out of 10. Despite being turn-based, the game feels fast and action-packed. Graphics receives a 9 out of 10. The visuals for SteamWorld Heist are detailed, vibrant and well animated. Sound receives a 9 out of 10. The game features great sound effects and the soundtrack is brilliant. The overall score for SteamWorld Heist is 9.3 out of 10. And now for the full review. With Earth blown to pieces and the galaxy run by royalists, Captain Piper Faraday and her crew of steam-driven pirates eke out a living on the outskirts. Unfortunately, a new bunch of thugs called Scrappers starts making themselves a nuisance in the area. After losing most of her crew to the Scrappers, Piper decides to take action against them before the royalist becomes involved. Little does she know that far more dangerous and sinister things await her in the depths of space. SteamWorld Heist is set in the same universe as the rather brilliant but underrated SteamWorld Dig, but it's definitely not a sequel. Instead of digging underground for riches, Piper and her crew travel the galaxy while boarding enemy ships and relieving them of their riches. Of course, your foes will not just stand by and let you loot them, so shootouts inevitably occur. Boarding, looting and shooting your way through enemy spaceships make up the bulk of the game, so it's a good thing that it's so addictive. The developers drew their inspiration from classic titles such as the XCOM series and Worms for the turn-based strategy elements of SteamWorld Heist. Each crew member can be moved a certain distance during their turn before taking a shot, or forego their attack to move further and reach a more strategic spot. The game is 2D and viewed from a side perspective, allowing you to aim your robot's guns manually. This means you don't have to worry about hit percentages or luck. A successful shot depends purely on your skill. Bullets can ricochet off hard surfaces, allowing for some pretty impressive skill shots. Just watch out, as for some reason your crew doesn't stand completely still when aiming, which means you have to account for their shakiness before pulling the trigger. You can also make use of cover, but beware as most of them are destructible. Completing a level rewards you with up to 3 stars and earns all the bots who took part in the mission and survived experience points. Crew killed during missions are reassembled back on your own ship, but they forfeit all the experience points they would have earned during the mission, so there's a real incentive for keeping them alive. Bots that stay behind on your own ship also miss out on experience points, so altering who you take along in each mission will help you to keep everyone on an equal level. Some levels only allow you to take along one member, while larger levels might require 4 or more to get the job done. Interestingly, experience points are tied to your objectives and collecting loot, not killing enemies, so there's no point trying to farm enemies. This removes some of the grind from the game, and the selectable difficulty settings ensure a decent challenge for players of all skill levels. Greater difficulty settings comes with bigger penalties for failure, but also reward players with more experience points. Crew members unlock new abilities as they level up, although their levels are capped at 10. When not busy with missions, you can talk to your crew aboard your ship to learn more about their past and motivations for joining you. You can't ask them specific questions, but they always have something interesting to say, and we grew quite fond of a few of them. You get to pick where to go next from the galaxy map, but your progress is pretty linear, and there's no exploration elements. You can however take on optional levels that are a bit harder, or visit the shops that dot the map. SteamWorld Heist's currency is water, which can be used to purchase anything from new guns and inventory items to stylish new hats to equip your robots. Each robot can equip a primary weapon, 2 accessories and a hat, allowing you to personalize their look and combat style. However, save some cash for the items that increase your inventory space, as it is limited and you'll be holding back new swag after every successful mission. Visually, the game follows in the footsteps of SteamWorld Dig and retains the trademark attention to detail, as well as brilliant character designs. Each crew member looks unique, and while the enemies look the same, they at least have many different types. The explosions are easily the most satisfying part of the game, as enemies will literally blow apart when you land a killing shot. It's not just the visuals that shine either, but the audio too. Although the game doesn't feature voiceovers, the robots have their own mechanical language to accompany the subtitles. The music tracks and sound effects are also very good, but the highlight is the steam-powered giraffe tunes that are played at the various bars you encounter. The band's steampunk-inspired tunes are a great match for the game, and are well worth listening to when taking a break between missions. The game's interface was clearly designed for a controller, but it actually works quite well with the keyboard too, and we never had any trouble getting the characters to do what we wanted. SteamWorld Heist offers quite a sizable adventure for players, and aiming for 3 stars on every mission increases the longevity even more. The game also features a boss to defeat at the end of each zone, and enemies that become sneakier as you progress by employing tactics like shields and teleporting. In addition, most levels are procedurally generated, and the game has a New Game Plus mode to take on after completion. In fact, there's very little that we can actually fault about the game. One of the only complaints that we had about the brilliant SteamWorld Dig was how quickly it could be completed, but this is not an issue with SteamWorld Heist. Overall, SteamWorld Heist is yet another brilliant offering from Image and Form, and it's a must-own title for all fans of the genre. It's packed to the brim with charm, personality, and very addictive gameplay. We had a hard time tearing ourselves away from the game, and hopefully it's not the last time we see Captain Piper and her crew. Thanks for joining me for this SteamWorld Heist PC review. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Until next time.